Let your body settle now. Your shoulders, they have been holding something all day, a small tightness you stopped noticing hours ago. Let them drop, just a little lower. Your hands, where are they resting? The small warmth of the palms, you are not holding anything. Let the fingers go soft. Your jaw, you might be holding it tighter than you realize. Let it open just the smallest amount, just enough that the teeth are no longer touching. Your feet, still heavy. The blanket holds the warmth you have already made. It is yours. The blanket over all of you. Its weight is gentle. You are already here. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to track, nothing to remember. Whatever did not get done today, it will keep. It will all be there tomorrow. Tonight there is only this. And as you breathe, something quieter begins to come in. You are in a small kāinga, an unfortified Maori village, set on a low rise above a quiet bay on the eastern coast of Te Ika-a-Māui, the North Island. The year is 1790. A dozen low warm war are gathered around a small open marae. The kūmara harvest finished a few weeks ago. The pātaka, the raised storehouse, is full. The summer has been kind. Tonight there is no work left to do. You have known this place your whole life. Tonight you will simply rest here. The war you are lying in is small and dark and warm. It is built low to the ground, walls of split tōtara timber lashed with woven harakeke cord, the roof thatched thick with raupō reed. The doorway is low. You have to bend to come in. The single small window is shuttered for the night. The inside of the war is just one room. The floor is packed earth, swept smooth, covered with thick woven mats of harakeke fiber laid in overlapping rows. The walls have been lined with finer woven panels, tuku-style work in pale and dark patterns, quiet geometry that catches what little light remains. A small fire has burned low in the central hearth since dusk. It is only embers now. The thin smoke rises slowly toward a gap in the roof above. The smell is warm and resinous, manuka wood, and a little dry harakeke leaf, soaked into the walls and woven mats over many seasons. The war does not need anything from you. The fire has done what it needs to do. The roof keeps the warmth. Outside the war, the marae lies open and quiet under the early stars. The marae is the cleared ground at the heart of the kāinga, a small flat space of packed earth, swept clean by generations of feet. The wharenui, the meeting house, stands at one end, its carved gable facing the open ground. Tonight no one is gathered here. The marae is simply resting. The wharenui is taller than the other war. Its front beams are carved with patterns that mark the ancestors of the people who belong to this place. Long spirals and gentle figures cut into the dark wood, smoothed by the touch of countless hands. In the dusk, you can see only their shapes, not their detail. They are familiar shapes. Around the edge of the marae, a few small wars sit close together. Smoke rises slow and pale from one or two of them. A soft amber glow comes from a doorway someone has left half open. Voices, very low, very far away, not words, just the gentle shape of voices, the way they sound when the day is finished and no one is in a hurry. A piwakawaka, a small fantail, flicks once between the eaves of the wharenui and the low branch of a karaka tree. A tiny shape, then nothing. The marae lets the dusk settle in across it. Behind the kāinga, raised on tall carved posts, the pātaka stands among the trees. The pātaka is the food storehouse. Its floor is lifted well above the ground on 4 stout posts of tōtara, smoothed and dark. The height keeps the kior, the small native rat, away from the food inside. The posts are carved at the head with simple patterns, the carving worn soft by weather and time. Inside the pātaka, the kūmara are stored, the sweet potato that the harvest brought in. They are laid in shallow beds of dry fern, sorted by size, kept cool and dark. Bundles of dried fish hang from the rafters. A small basket of pico, the young fern shoots gathered in spring. A coil of harakeke fiber, ready for weaving. The smell inside the pātaka is the smell of harvest finished, dry earth, dry leaf, the faint sweetness of stored kūmara, the salt of dried fish, the smell of a year that has gone well. The pātaka is closed for the night. Its small carved door is fastened. Everything inside is doing the quiet work of keeping. Earlier this evening, beyond the edge of the marae, the hāngī was opened. A hāngī is cooking made beneath the ground. In the afternoon, a shallow pit was dug, and river stones, dense, the kind that hold heat, were heated for a long time in a fire built directly over them. When the stones glowed, the fire was raked aside. Baskets of food, wrapped in green leaves of harakeke and broad pānga fern, were lowered onto the hot stones. Kūmara, a little fish. Puha, the wild green that grows along the stream. The whole thing was covered with damp leaves and packed earth, sealed tight and left alone for hours. No one watched it. The earth and the stones did the cooking, slowly, the steam rising through the food and finding nowhere to escape. When the pit was opened at dusk, the steam came up in a soft white column, and with it the smell of food that has cooked in the ground. Earthy, sweet, faintly green from the leaves, the kūmara going to soft amber inside their wrapping. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to remember. The food was good. The day was kind. The pit is closed again now, the warm stones cooling slowly under the earth. Down the long slope below the kāinga, the moana, the sea, lies dark and quiet. It is a small bay, sheltered on 2 sides by gentle headlands of low scrub and pohurukawa trees. The beach is a curve of pale sand, the water beyond it dark and even. At this hour, the tide is low. Long strands of seaweed lie along the wet edge, dark and glistening. A few smooth stones, pale against the sand. The waka, the canoes, are pulled up high above the tide line, resting on rollers of smooth driftwood. They are long shapes in the dusk, their dark hulls patient, the paddles laid neatly inside. The fishing was done in the morning. The nets hang along a low rack to dry, the harak cords smelling faintly of salt. The waves come in very small tonight, a slow, soft fold of water onto sand, a long pause, another fold a little further along the curve. The sound is not loud enough to be a sound. It is more like a breath the bay is taking, slow and even again and again. Far out on the dark water, you cannot see anything. There is no boat, there is no light, only the moana going on into the night. On the gentler slope behind the kāinga, the kūmara gardens lie in their long, quiet rows. The marae, the cultivation, has been worked here for many generations. The soil is dark and free of bleh, mixed by hand with sand carried up from the beach and small charcoal from old fires, the way the elders have always made the ground sweet for kūmara. The rows run with the slope, low mounds of dark earth, each a hand's breadth high. The harvest is finished. The mounds are empty now, smoothed flat in places, waiting for the next planting in the spring. A few small leafy weeds have come back in the time since soft green against the dark soil. They will be turned in when the new ground is prepared. At the edge of the garden, a long, low fence of woven manuka branches keeps the wild pigs from coming through. A few sticks lean against it, smoothed at the handles, the digging sticks, the ko, used in the planting time. They are simply leaning. They are not needed tonight. The garden is sleeping under the early stars. Every row is at rest. The work has been done. Above the kāinga, the ngāhere, the forest, rises in dark, folds up the slope of the maunga. The forest is old. Tall tōtara and ruru stand near the top of the slope, their trunks dark, their crowns lost in the night sky. Below them, the smaller trees, karaka, a few twisted tai kuka with their dry, rustling crowns. The undergrowth is deep ferns and soft moss, the air heavy with damp earth and broken leaves. A small stream comes down out of the ngāhere somewhere off to the west. You cannot see it from here, but you can hear, very faintly, the thin sound of water moving over stones, going down toward the bay. A ruru calls, the more pork the small native owl. Its voice is a soft, repeated note, low and even twice spoken, ruru. A pause, then again further off in the forest an answer, then nothing. The ngāhere has been here longer than anything the Kāmatua can remember. It does not need anyone awake to keep it. Above the kāinga, the night sky has gone fully dark. There is no other light anywhere. No lamp, no road, no town. Only the small glow of a few dying fires inside the war, and around the kāinga the dark trees, the dark slope of the maunga, the dark sweep of the bay below. Above all of it, the sky. The southern stars are countless tonight. They are layered into a depth your eyes cannot quite measure. Te Ikaroa, the long band of the Milky Way, is drawn clear from horizon to horizon. The Mangoroa, the great long fish made of stars, lies across the sky exactly as the Kaumatua describe it. Matariki is below the horizon now. It will rise before the next winter. Tonight it is Puanga and the bright clusters of summer that hang above the bay. The names belong to the people of this place the way the bay belongs to them. The stars have been read here for generations. There is nothing you need to solve right now. The stars do not need watching. The pātaka is full. The waka are pulled up. The fire is low. Everything that needs to keep is keeping. The kāinga is quiet now. The hearth in the war has burned down to soft red embers. The mats on the floor are warm beneath you. The smell of manuka smoke is faint and old in the air. The pātaka stands closed on its tall posts behind the trees. The waka rest above the tide. The kūmara mounds sleep under the early stars. The war holds its small, warm air. The doorway is shut against the cool night. The roof keeps what little warmth the fire has left. The woven panels on the walls hold their quiet patterns in the half-dark. There is nothing you need to solve right now. Nothing to plan, nothing to decide. The moana keeps its own rhythm. The ngāhere keeps its own quiet. The maunga has been here longer than anyone tonight. Your body is heavy. The woven mat is soft beneath you. A cloak of fine harakeke, a korowai, light and warm, lies over you. The fibers are smooth, the weave close, the warmth gentle and even across your shoulders. Somewhere far off, the ruru calls once more from the edge of the ngāhere. The pueka waka has long since gone to roost. The slow fold of waves on the beach below is so small by the time it reaches the war that you cannot quite be sure you heard it. The kāinga holds the war. The night holds the kāinga.